In sports anymore. Instead of the starting lineups, we get police lineups. Joining us today is sports psychologist Dr. Tom Ferraro. Tom, it seems not a week goes by we read about and hear about domestic violence. We read about sexual assault and drugs in sports. Is there a certain makeup in athletes which leads to the above?
Yeah, I think so. I think that generally speaking, society is more aggressive, first of all. And we see that in a number of different ways. So they're part of the process of society, and so they become more aggressive. However, I think it's also true that there is such a thing as a character of the champion, and the specific personality traits that they have. Generally speaking, they tend to be cool, aloof, distant, and aggressive. And that's what I find in terms of working with them over a long period of time, where you expect to have a close connection with them in a therapeutic setting. And generally that doesn't happen. We consider that a sign of a narcissistic personality disorder, which generally highly driven individuals have. It comes from childhood experiences of great loss or great deprivation, and they kind of turn off to people. That gives them no other option but to find recognition and life by becoming famous, by getting it from the crowd, so to speak. And so that's a little bit of the look of the narcissist.
Is it a thing of pressure and money? They say the athletes have great pressure. Well, if you're going to make $20 million, you're going to have pressure. Are they tied together?
Yeah, I mean, there's tremendous pressure in terms of being an athlete. There's no question about that, and there's good money involved. I give them enormous amount of credit. These are highly talented individuals that have worked 5 or 6 hours a day since they were 10 years old. The elite athlete that becomes professional is very different from the normal child who plays a sport 5 hours a week. These individuals play 6 hours a day. They're working on one sport from the time they're about 10 or so.
But they got their things, their laundry's taken care of, and they've gotten a free pass many times through high school and college, and they're pampered in the pros and everything. So it's not that hard a life for playing a game.
It's a highly competitive life, and it's a very difficult life. For an average, a rookie will last 3 years in the NBA, 4 years in the NFL, and their career is over. They generally, when you get to know them, and I think you know them very well, they are injured individuals. If you're a jockey, you have eating disorders probably, and bulimia and anorexia. If you're a gymnast, you probably have an eating disorder also. If you're a hockey player, there's a story today about a hockey player talking about concussions. There's tremendous injury involved. There's tremendous power involved. And so I believe that the professional athlete is getting the short end of the stick. They are sacrificial objects. They're sacrificing their bodies. Boxers are all brain damaged. They're tremendous damage to their nose, to the eardrums. They're all scarred up.
I appreciate the damage to the nose, believe me that. and I never boxed.